Hello and welcome back everyone to the Raiders franchise. We are here today taking on the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson. Should be an interesting game here. The Browns definitely underachieving a bit. Gave that huge contract out, 100% guaranteed to Deshaun Watson, and it didn't really pan out for them last year, and I think they're hoping to rebound this year, because if they don't, that is a lot of dead cap. But off we go here. AJ Cole kicking this one away. And we'll see just how good these Browns are as we look to maybe get a foothold here. Of course, winning one game in game 2 and then losing in game 3. So far it's up, down, up, or down, up, rather. And out comes Deshaun Watson. And he's had a pretty mixed bag of a year so far. 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, almost 600 yards passing, however. On first down here, he's going to drop back, throw this to Nick Chubb, and Chubb gets down to about the 32. Of course, Chubb missed a lot of last season with that big injury he sustained. Hopefully this season he can be a little healthier, as this one is caught here, and that is going to be down to the 46. There's Elijah Moore. Now a throw to David Njoku down to the 30, as the Browns are wasting no time on this drive getting downfield. Now Deshaun Watson again going to find Njoku, and Njoku into the end zone. The pass defense on that possession was horrendous, and I hope that's not a trend going forward. Now in the I formation, handoff Alexander Madison. Nice run up the side here down to the 45-yard line. Of course, Madison on pace to lead the NFL in rushing yards. Now a bubble screen out to Jacoby Myers. Myers down to the 25-yard line. So it looks like the Raiders going to continue to try to keep this simple offense they've been running. Now hand off Jalen Darden. Darden shrugging off the arm tackle there. So far I think he's been a nice addition. He's actually been one of the tops on the team in receptions. And then on fourth down, Madison's going to get us a first down. So it's now 1st and 10 inside the 15. And Alexander Madison would be injured on the play. And we would find out shortly just how severe it was, as Zamir White spells him now and comes in and gets down to the 2 with a nice run. Lowered his shoulder, ran through contact. 1st and goal for 2. Handoff White. Reward him. He's gonna like jump in the air and Superman kick a guy. And that is a touchdown for the Raiders. But we would also find out the injury status on Alexander Madison. It's a high ankle sprain. He will not be back for the rest of this game. Free play here for Deshaun Watson on their second drive, and that's a throw to Amari Cooper down to the 36-yard line. Cooper still showing that he's one of the top wide receivers, at least in the AFC. Now play action here. Watson hit as he throws, and Spillane lost the ball in the air. Jerry Jeudy catching that one over him. Not sure what Spillane was looking for. 1st and goal to 5. Watson throwing this one out, and that is picked off. Stephon Gilmore. I don't know how he gets this one. Let's just see here. Gilmore, I mean, he so far has been a fantastic signing for us as he's generated a lot of pressure, gotten a lot of takeaways. Watson just throwing it as far out to the edge as he can here. And I'm not sure I see where Gilmore had the ball while his feet were on the ground, but that's okay. Run here on 1st down. We'll get to the 1-yard line. No! They call a safety. And there's just no way this is a safety. Ball's out. His body's out. He breaks the plane easily. That's not a safety. That's a 1 yard at least. So the refs kind of hose the Raiders here. 3rd and 6 now. We've seen a little bit of that in the beginning of the season, actually. Elijah Moore catching this one to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 now. Handoff Chubb. Chubb up the middle, and our defense just continues to fold. I know we got that 1-yard line interception, but I mean, they get a field goal on that drive. Now Trey Tucker comes in. Nice bubble screen for him. He'll get a 1st down. We haven't really used Trey Tucker like I've hoped we would so far. 1st and 10, Zamir White handoff. And he'll get down to midfield. Really nice run for Zamir, as he's definitely filling in for Alexander Madison admirably, but it's definitely a noticeably drop-off. Now Minshew dropping back, throwing this one out. Mitt for Adams, and just no real strength on that throw there. That's picked off. And Jonathan Cooper takes that one down to the, or Greg Newsome rather, takes that one down to the 40 just about. So currently not looking good for this Raiders team here, as Deshaun Watson throwing this one out. That is caught. No, it's out of bounds actually, and yet they rule it a catch. The refs ruling everything in favor of the Browns so far, and Njoku taking this one down to the 23. Now to first and 10 at the 23. Find Njoku again. You might be noticing a trend in this game, and something that was a little concerning to me. The tight ends getting a lot of work. We saw this in the Chargers game. It was not fun as Deshaun scores here. The tight ends get most of the focus in the offense, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but in these games it's kind of an alarm for me that something's broken, as this throw intended for Brock Bowers gets intercepted here. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but it's kind of an alarm for me that something's wrong with the sliders, with the gameplay. And something that Matt Tin has suggested for a long time now is to delete your profile and then reset sliders, I believe, in the franchise, and then re-import them. And so that is what I would do after this game. Of course, I don't feel like quitting out the game and replaying it. I think that's lame. So I just played through it here. 22-7 your score currently. Darden has a nice run, but this one's going to come back on a flag. We've also gotten heavily penalized this year, which I do like. I think that's... It's nice to finally get penalties to happen on your team when you're playing Madden. Not very common there. So 22-7 your score here in the second half, and this one's going to go to Njoku again. Shocker. Now, we don't have the best linebackers at the same time, and they have primary coverage duty on a tight end. So I don't want to say that Njoku having a nice day is inherently reason enough to believe that something's broken. But you can definitely feel things sometimes, and this one did not feel the best. And I did find out it was because of the way I'd imported my sliders, so it was wrong. As the Browns score again here, Amari Cooper. They don't have the Coop in the game, that's kind of sad. I don't know if they do that in Cleveland. They did that in Dallas. 29-7, Minshew checks back in the game, throw to Davante Adams here. This one's down to the 36. This is just a big blowout that doesn't seem like it'll get much better. Zamir White on a handoff here. And it's 4th and 3. Obviously, we will go for it. Raiders fans booing us. Oh, we aren't in Cleveland anyway. And Davante Adams drops a pass here. I mean, when you're 94 overall star wide receivers dropping passes like that, game's over. And we'll go ahead and move on to the second game, because I think that one was pretty fun. I did reset the sliders. I do think that that was a lot of the issue. I hadn't changed the AI sliders at all. So we had all Madden harder sliders. Not harder necessarily, but more realistic, that do knock down like QB accuracy, stuff like that. The CPU was all at 50 across the board still. I'd forgotten to import their sliders into the franchise. So it makes a little sense that they kind of would be automatic at times and it would feel a little imbalanced. That should be fixed going forward, and we'll just see if there's any more slider work put out. I know that the Madden patches hopefully should fix some of the inconsistencies we've seen on defense. Pursuit angles should be better for better pursuit players and worse for worse pursuit players. So we'll see how well they fix that. Hopefully it's successful. Let's go ahead and jump into the second game here against the Denver Broncos, a division rivalry game here. And the Raiders need a bounce back win in the baddest way. 1-3 to start the year against 2-2 Denver. Let's start under center here as Minshew will take the play action. Drop back, throw this one to Alexander Madison for a 7-yard gain. Good to see him back in the game. Looks like the high ankle sprain didn't really affect him too much. Now a handoff to Madison. He has a first down of about 4 yards there. Second down and 8. Minshew under center. Going to throw this one underneath, and that is caught. Michael Mayer down to the 41. So we haven't seen him for a few games, and I definitely want to try to get him back in the offense. Of course, we barely even get Brock Bowers in the offense, as on 2nd and 11, Gardner does miss Jacoby Myers here. 3rd and 11, it's a screen pass. Jalen Darden catches it, and he's going to cut inside. Interesting choice there, runs through contact, gets a first down. I'm not sure he needed to cut inside, but that's okay. Now handoff, Madison absolutely blowing up a defender. Still on his feet fighting, and he's finally taken down. Alexander Madison has looked fantastic this season. When we lost him the ankle sprain, it was not good, as Jacoby Myers catches this one and somehow gets knocked into the end zone. Hangs on to the ball. Really good play there. And now Bo Nix comes out to start his day, down 0-7. Nix, pretty good start to his rookie season. 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, almost 700 yards passing in 4 games. And on his first pass of the game, he'll be picked off. Stephon Gilmore. Well, he was due for an interception. And Stephon Gilmore, of course, has given plenty of quarterback stat this year, as well as over his career. Now 3rd and 16 on the Raiders' offensive possession here. And it's a corner route. Jacoby Myers is open. And he will score. J.C. Jackson in coverage. Might be a little washed. Myers scores. And the Raiders are up 14-0 to start this game. Also, we've been hitting extra points. Just want to brag about that. 1st and 10. Shot here for Courtland Sutton. He tries to one-hand that. What the heck? I don't know why the wide receiver would try to one-hand a deep ball like that. Nice run here for Javonte Williams as he gets a 1st down there. Broncos, of course, going to lean a lot on their run game here and also their screen game as Javonte Williams gets one for about 7 yards, but it'll be short of a 1st down, 4th and 5. So the Raiders defense holding up. 1st and 10 at the 1. Handoff Madison. Lots of blocking in front of him. Can I just say I've loved having Michael Mayer as the fullback. Obviously, he's not the fullback, but I've loved having him lead block. He's a very capable blocker. Now on 3rd and 9, Gardner Minshew unfortunately getting hit as he throws. And the hit there by Baron Browning. So Broncos once again back on offense. This one jarred loose. Intended for number 14, Courtland Sutton. Nate Hobbs in coverage. And now a handoff to Javonte Williams. He gets rocked. Ball is picked up. And Stephon Gilmore has it. His 3rd takeaway. Now this one, of course, not forced by him. But we do get the ball there. So back on offense once again. Minshew handoff. Madison. Following his blockers. Unfortunately can't cut out 36 there. That is Rudy Ford, the safety. And that'll be 2nd down and 10. Minshew dropping back, throwing this one out. That is Jalen Darden in the flats. Darden spins inside down to the 5-yard line. I've really liked having him in on pass plays. He's a little bit more dynamic than Madison, even though Madison's a much better player. And speaking of Madison, fighting his way down to the 2-yard line. He's up to 54 yards on the day. Pedestrian for him. Now a handoff to him. He'll be stopped. He had to cut across his line there because there really wasn't a hole for him. And he gets stopped at the 1. And on 4th and goal, Gardner punches it in on the QB sneak. And your Raiders are up 21-0. Now, I don't want the sliders to swing the other direction where they're too easy. As Stephon Gilmore almost gets another pick here. Another turnover. It'll be 3rd and 7. And I don't know that I think that this game turns out that way, as Courtland Sutton catch and then hang on. Marcus Epps delivered the blow, but it was not enough to jar the ball loose. 2nd down and 9 here. Nick's going to throw this one out, and that is caught. I think the biggest way to look is see the tight end usage throughout the rest of this game. They definitely get usage. That's number 82, Adam Troutman, by the way. But a lot of the targets went to the wide receivers, and that's what I want in an offense. I want Bo Nix to be focusing down Courtland Sutton and not just dumping it to his tight end over and over. Here's 1st and 10 at the 23, and Divine Diablo on the Mike Blitz is going to take him down for a sack. It's now 2nd down and 17. That's one thing we threw a lot at Nix in this game was blitz to try to get him off kilter. Here on 2nd and 17, nobody's open. Great coverage here, which I do like to see. That's one thing sliders also struggle sometimes, is to give you good coverage, and we come up with a coverage sack on that play. And now the Raiders back on offense, 1st and 18, caught by Devontae Adams on the cross pattern. Down to the 49-yard line. We have not seen a lot of Devontae Adams this season. That's got to change if we want to win games. Minshew now throwing this one over the middle for Trey Tucker. It's broken up. So that'll be 4th down and 6, and we'll punt. Broncos on offense once again with 1:30 left in this one. And Sutton, or not, that's not Sutton rather. But the Broncos wide receiver, they're hanging on to that. Thought that was Sutton with how good that play was. Looked very much like the other one. As Max Crosby forces a sack on Bo Nix. And the Raiders will get the ball back once again inside of a minute here. Minshew sacked. Baron Browning on the edge blitz there. And it's just been 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out here for the offenses. As the Broncos catch this one at the 49, 3rd and inches. Nix dropping back, throwing this one. Caught. Nice play there by Tim Patrick, still on the roster after all this time. And the Broncos will kick the ball here. And we will go into halftime with a score of 21-6. as this has been all Raiders so far. Their defense looking fantastic. Of course, we'll go ahead and take a look around the league, but just want to dwell on this moment because 21-6 over a division rival feels really, really good. Alright, let's look around the league here as we have some fun games going on. Starting here, you know, I really didn't think this one would be quite like how it turned out, as the Cardinals are 0-4 on the season and currently are in a dogfight with the 49ers, who are definitely a favorite in the NFC. And, you know, it's just, if the Cardinals can win this game, can they get their season back on track? Probably not still, but I definitely didn't see that coming. Of course, we have the Packers facing the Rams. The Rams currently all over the undefeated Packers. We'll see if that can hold up, as the Rams might be looking to get back into the Super Bowl. And then the Giants up in Seattle, currently taking on the Seahawks and winning. Still sticking with Daniel Jones. Allen Robinson, their leading receiver on the day. It'll be interesting to see if Daniel Jones is their quarterback going forward still. I mean, he has that massive contract. And here we are back on defense here. Courtland Sutton catching this one for about 15 yards, 1st and 10. 3rd and 9 here. Gilmore intercepts this one. His 3rd takeaway of the game. His 4th of the episode. Stephon Gilmore. And this is what I was saying. The sliders felt good. Not just because we're playing well. I don't want that to seem like it's the only thing that I look for here. Is Madison blowing over tacklers. Alexander Madison has done this all season. That run gets him over 100 yards. What a fantastic play there for him. It's how the defense covers, and it's who the quarterback targets. On 3rd and 6 here, missing Davante Adams. I mean, that's just, we don't have our quarterback of the future here. Bo Nix back on offense. Look who he targets here. Bad coverage by Jack Jones, and Courtland Sutton will take this for 6. And that is somewhat the risk you run when you do man press coverage with one deep safety. Guys like Courtland Sutton, if they get a good release, they're gone for 6. So back on offense again, 24-13 your score. Madison takes this to the 41. 2nd down and 5. It's a play action as Zamir White checks into the game. And just a little dump pass here to Brock Bowers. We're going to find a 1st down there. Gardner having a solid day. I mean, just doing what he's asked for the most part. Nothing really crazy. Now a counter to Zamir White. White's got a lot of room in front of him. Unfortunately gets caught up on his own lineman, and that's going to be a 9-yard run. Could have been a lot more. 3rd and 11. And Minshew's making some adjustments here. I'm not sure what he's doing. And this is a throw out to Jacoby Myers, and it just missed him. Minshew has not been good past about 7 yards today. That's just is what it is with the quarterback of his class. Now a 9-yard catch on offense here as 27-13 your score. Adam Troutman catches that one. Down 14. We'll see how the Broncos handle this. They have not run the ball much, but they decide to on 3rd and 1 to Javonte Williams. And he gets stopped by Robert Spillane. We get the ball back once again. Play action rollout here. Nice throw. Adams drops it. His 2nd of the episode. And that contract of Davante Adams, it starts to loom if he can't make plays like that. So another short offensive drive for these Raiders. They've looked terrible on offense in the 2nd half. And this one goes to guess who? Courtland Sutton. Beating Nate Hobbs in coverage this time. We threw every corner we had at Sutton. Stephon at least came away with 2 picks. But everybody was getting cooked by him. Now Nix takes off and runs with this one. He does have some mobility as he gets down to the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Nix gonna throw this one. Caught. Courtland Sutton. We threw zone at him. That was a zone play, and it still didn't work out. 2nd and goal at the 1 now. Nix empty set on the 1-yard line. And he's going to throw this one to the end zone. Caught for 6. And, I mean, it's been a breakdown of defense and offense in the 2nd half here for the Raiders. As throwing this one deep to Brock Bowers, almost intercepted. That was Rudy Ford in coverage. Now Minshew under center to play action on 3rd and 19. And he just throws this one up as he gets hit. Flag is down, but that will be for holding. And the drive will end once again. Raiders offense absolutely folding here in the 2nd. Nice run here for Javonte Williams across midfield as we are inside 7 minutes. And the Broncos are down 7 still. 3rd and 5 for Nix. Let's see what he can do here. Throws this one. Caught. Adam Troutman down to the 22-yard line. Again, we have bad linebackers, so tight ends tearing us up isn't necessarily a bad thing. And nice run here for Javonte Williams, about 4 yards. But on 3rd and 7, I'm not sure that's the call unless you're setting up 4th and 3, which they do. And they come in I formation, handoff here, and he gets it. The middle stuffed, he bounces it out wide, and then Robert Spillane can't make the tackle, so it's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Bad Raiders defense there, could have ended the game potentially. Handoff Williams, and he is stopped. Spillane meets him at the 1-yard line. Divine Diablo, the initial hit. 3rd and goal at the 3. Williams met by Marcus Epps. That's 4th and goal at the 2. Obviously, they're going to go for it here. Handoff, Williams up the middle, stuffed. And we fight hard, and the goal line stand comes through. Divine Diablo on the hit. 1st and goal at the 1. That's a safety. They're not going to call it a safety. We just got a payback for the last game. That was absolutely a safety. So 3rd and 8 here. We got to get off the goal line here. Madison at least will do so. No, he won't. Holding penalty. Of course, Broncos are going to reject this, so they get the ball back. 1:36 remaining. Need a touchdown to tie. And this ball is going to Courtland Sutton. Nobody in coverage. We're in zone here as Sutton's across 200 yards receiving on the day. Insane. Empty set now. Throwing this one. Caught. Down to the 2-yard line. Troy Franklin. Or the 6-yard line, rather. 2nd and 2. Bo Nix throwing this one to the end zone. Caught. Adam Troutman. And it is a tie game. Raiders now inside a minute. Have to make something happen here. Darden catching this one. And he does get out of bounds at the 46. As Daniel Carlson needs at least the 40-yard line, but with how kicking's been this season, I'd like to get to maybe the 30. Handoff Darden, and Darden will get us to the 40. 2 plays focusing Jalen Darden, the UNT product, and he gets us inside the 40. Now we just need a little extra. We have the timeouts for it. Madison stretching this one out wide to the 27. 134 yards for him, and that'll lead to an iced field goal here for the game. Daniel Carlson. Kick is up. And it's good! The Raiders win 30-27 over division rival Denver in what was one of the most fun games. I think up there with the Carolina game. Up there with the Baltimore Ravens game. Love Nix's hair, by the way. Madden 25 looks fantastic. I have to give it props. Really fun game. Nix ended up having 345 yards, but look at the completion percentage, 58%. That's good to me, and a lot of those targets were wide receivers. That's how it should be. Madison, a $142, no touchdowns, but almost a 7-yard average carry. Of course, we have to highlight Jalen Darden. I know he only had 10 yards rushing, but those 10 yards mattered, and he had 44 yards receiving. 2 touchdowns for Jacoby Myers. I think he has been our most reliable wide receiver to date, with 200+ yards for Courtland Sutton. Insane. 1.5 sacks for Max Crosby. I thought our defense was good today until that second half, but still did what they needed to do. Stephon Gilmore, 4 recovered turnovers this episode. It's the Stephon Gilmore episode. Reminds me of that Super Bowl with the Flyers. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I will see you next time. Have a good one.